Economic Society has urged the federal government and the private sector to invest more in the nation's education sector to produce employable graduates and reduce poverty in the country. Now, this was the consensus at the end of the 53rd Annual Nigerian Economic Society Conference in Abuja. Some of the participants maintained that inordinate spending of the nation's huge resources without the necessary training programs for employable youth has resulted in large-scale poverty across the country. Our correspondent Gloria Umezoke now reports.
The rise in poverty in Nigeria has been a major source of concern even for the international community. For almost a decade now, Nigeria has relatively recorded consistent high economic growth rate that has not produced commensurate employment opportunities for the teeming youths. This is primarily the focus at the 53rd Annual Nigerian Economic Society Conference in Abuja. At the end of the conference, youths and academics said the system has failed them.
It's time we involve the students in the learning process. Not just come to the class and teaching me and, I can't flow.
Senators and such people can set up SMEs, that they will own privately by themselves and which can employ some youth. If you read history of some other nations that also developed, they did that and they were able to employ youth.
Economists at the conference had divergent views of what is responsible for the high unemployment rate among the youths. They insist the private sector involvement is minimal.
Some criticisms that the graduates of our tertiary institutions are not employable. I've had many private employers make that allegations. And the question I ask myself is, why are they not involved in the process of training these people?
Let us not just depend on, say, government will do this, a farm will do this. What can we also do for ourselves? And in the process of doing something for ourselves, we are creating wealth and creating job opportunities for others.
The issue of redundant poverty alleviation agencies and lack of accountability in the management of the nation's resources were also raised.
The structure of governance has to change. We shouldn't focus on just the federal government. The state governments have a part to play in creating jobs for the youth.
The moment these people have productive employment, poverty will automatically take care of itself.
But once again, the glaring need to tackle unemployable youths across the country has been brought to the fore. As a matter of fact, in here, it is obvious that the private sector has not been well represented, which probably underscores that disconnect between the sector, academics and policymakers. It is believed that with proper synergy, that change will be brought to bear. Gloria Umezoke, Channels Television News.